Hi guys, Miss Co here. This is going to be notes for Unit 1. The first part of Unit 1, we are going to learn some vocabulary words. The first one I really want you guys to focus on is congruent angles. Congruent angles. So when we're talking about congruent, what that means is that we have angles with the same exact measure. So if I were to have a triangle and two of those angles measured exactly the same amount, then I might have a mark on both of those angles showing that they are congruent. So a lot of times there'll be a tick mark like this on your angle. Sometimes if you have two different separate angles, you'll have one tick mark indicating that they are congruent. The other kind of very important angle that's always congruent are vertical angles. So vertical angles are the angles made when two lines intersect. And the angles that are directly opposite each other are called vertical angles. So these two angles are vertical to each other. And when they are directly opposite like that, then they are always congruent. Congruent. So congruent, again, means equal. That's what congruent means. So another word for congruent is equal. The measure of this angle exactly matches the measure of that angle. And we might put some kind of a mark like this showing that those two angles are congruent. When there's three little ticks here and three little ticks here, we know that these match each other. And I chose 3 because up here I've got 1 for a congruent mark on these and 2 on these guys, okay? So remember that here's a couple of examples where angles are congruent, but here's another one, okay? Now, in the middle, we have another kind of angle. It's called a supplementary angle, okay? So when an angle is supplementary, then the angles are adding to 180 degrees exactly. They add to 180 degrees. So let's draw a picture of what that might look like. If I have a straight line and then 2 angles that are making up that straight line, here's a purple angle and then here's a gold angle, and together they make a big straight line. I know this gold angle plus that purple angle is always going to add to 180 degrees. And the key here is that these both, okay, are angles on a straight line. So look for angles that add up to a straight line like this. When you see that there's a straight line, you know that the angles that make up that straight line are always going to add to 180 degrees. Okay, guys, go ahead and move to the next video, and thank you so much.